I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
I'm not even supposed to be here today! Oh, fuck you!
Come on, you want me to drive? You're supposed to be suicidal. Remember, I'll
Anybody
drive.
a drive?
Get in the car. Fuck me in the ass. Fuck you, you stupid cunt.
This is the final entry of the series. This is the fucking route they choose to end this shit. Nothing refreshing. Same old shit. Another stupid downer ending where they live. Always gotta end like that. A franchise that ends with the bad guys winning. Yeah. But hey everyone, it's Don G. Corleone here, and I'm here to tear an asshole into the very last, thank God, of these fucking rewatches. And that's what should have been the last entry of this bloody franchise. Because of how shitty this was, and how done with this series I was. Paranormal Activity, The Ghost Dimension. And it's directed by Gregory Plotkin this time around. So anyway, guys, what is the plot of the Asshole Dimension? Well, guess what? The Ghost Asshole Dimension follows a new family called the Fleegees. Oh, great! More new characters. We gotta keep adding new characters to the story every single time to complicate it even more. I thought the whole point of a finale was to be back to the characters you were following from the beginning. Isn't that supposed to be the point? Not just a new story and just new characters you never knew about? Our father Ryan, mother Emily, and their young daughter Layla, they move into a house that originally stood by one of the original houses from the third movie, but that got demolished and turned to this house. And they discover a video camera and a box of tapes in the garage. They look through the camera's lens, and they see the paranormal activity happening around them. And the reemergence of young Katie and Christy that now look like fucking teenagers. Because they got the same actresses from the third one, but now they almost look like they're teen-aged. At this rate. Fucking kidding me right now, but yeah, guess what, guys? How was this film made? Well, when it came to doing this movie, The Ghost Asshole Dimension was directed by Gregory Plotkin, his directorial debut, and it got written by Jason Harry Pageant, Andrew Dishman, Adam Robidel, and Gavin Hefferman. Yeah, we needed 4 people to write this, apparently. Plotkin, yeah. Another thing about the director. They picked a freaking guy who edited the movies, the second, third, fourth, and fifth ones, as the great person to be the director of this. You pick a film editor to direct your send-off. A guy who never directed, but edited films. Beautiful idea. Fucking break. How fucking stupid could you be? Could these people at Bumhouse be thinking this would be great idea? Yeah, having the director be one of the editors is a big fucking mistake. This movie shows. And the cinematographer, the John Rutland, apparently the actors gave them all Sony camcorders for first-person filming, and they used this Sony FS700, built like this large shoulder-mount camera as a set piece and the film-specific scares. And Industrial Light and Magic created the 3D visual effects for the Toby Demon. Oh yeah, of course, this also had to be in 3D, because everything back then needed to be in 3D. Saw did the exact same thing with their attempted send-off at the time. That failed too. So why the fuck did they think this was going to work here? Wasn't going to work here either. So you shouldn't have did that. But after the Ghost Asshole Dimension was shot and marketed in 3D in hopes to make more money, and that didn't happen because nobody saw this movie and it bombed. It grossed over $78 million worldwide on a $10 million budget. And this one got even worse reviews than 4. The thrills were gone. What thrills were there to begin with? None. Yeah, like, and this was supposed to be the last one of the series, but no. We needed a 7th. Apparently they think we wanted this franchise to come back, so they did a 7th film in 2021. And it got dumped to Paramount Plus. And they say, because of the pandemic. No, maybe it's because even if it went to theaters, nobody would have fucking watched it. Because nobody likes this series anymore. So no, it's not because of the pandemic. It's because people were fed up with this fucking series. They wouldn't have went and watched it regardless. And well, then again, this was a shit finale anyway, so it didn't matter if it gets retconned or not. Because as for my reaction, well, I think you all know my reaction now by my whole entire intro of like 6 minutes. But I'm going to say it anyway. I do have actually a fond memory of seeing this in the theaters opening weekend in 3D. Let me tell you this. When this movie ended, this was probably some of the most pissed off I saw of any audience members I was in the theater with. Like, when this movie ended, one guy legitimately yells, "Well, that was a big fucking waste of 2 hours." Because it indeed was. And apparently, like, a few ladies in front of me said that they only saw the film because Inferno with Tom Hanks was, I think, either done showing or sold out. Apparently, they saw the 4th one in theaters, and that killed their interest in the other ones. But they didn't have a choice. What choice did they have to pretty much see this instead? Yeah. This movie was indeed that bad. Like, one of the worst films I saw in a movie theater. And I think this would easily have to be my #1 most hated franchise finale of all time. It is up there with Resident Evil: The Final Chapter. No doubt. And there's been plenty of horror franchise finales that have been viciously panned by fan bases. Except here's the thing though. Some of these ones I'm mentioning actually live to the title, and they end with at least somewhat the villains dying. Okay, when you have a film, critically panned film franchises, I'll get one big example out of here. Alright, here we go. Take a look at this movie, Jason Goes to Hell. Yeah, it was widely hated by Jason fans when it released. And it's considered a controversial film. But the difference is, even with the Freddy cliffhanger coming out of the grave and grabbing Jason's mask, you want to know what this movie actually did? It actually killed off Jason. And it ends with him defeated. And our 2 lead characters, they're walking off into the sunrise with their baby daughter. Right there. See? Now, look. This actually kills him. This actually ended it successfully. Jason died. Jason is dead. The end. The good guys won. If that was the last Jason film, like, even though we had Freddy vs. Jason, but if this was the last Jason film they made, if this was the last one they had, if this was the last one I saw, if I was born around the time this came out, and if I had seen it back then, I probably would have been satisfied. I would have been satisfied that he's no more, that Jason's gone. Yeah, we'd have to worry about Freddy vs. Jason coming out for a lot of years, but I'd still be satisfied because at least Jason's dead. And the leads get their happy ending. Yeah, like, same goes for Freddy's Dead. No, unlike this movie, which I have fun with, I don't really love, but I have fun with it. When you have, okay, I'll just put Jason Goes to Hell back in this box set. Alright, when you have Freddy's Dead, I despise that movie with a burning passion. I think it's easily the worst of the original Freddy movies. But guess what? That also ends with Freddy Krueger dying at the end of the movie, at the very least. Alright? Saw 3D is a piece of shit. Guess what? The very least, it eliminates, finally, kills off Mark Hoffman at the very end. So, maybe, I guess at least the bad guy kinda dies? Unless you count Dr. Gore as a bad guy, but nobody likes Hoffman, so there's a kind of, I guess, a good thing that comes out of Saw 3D's ending. Halloween Ends is bad, but I'll admit, at least even Michael gets killed in that film and gets shredded to pieces in the end. How does this shit end? Oh, right. I remember. Found footage. Every single fucking found footage downer ending. Yeah, everybody dies and evil wins. Great! Haven't we had enough of that shit already? Does every found footage horror film need to end like this? All the time. Apparently Jason Blum thinks it does. They must think everything needs to end like the Blair Witch Project. Because they can't do something new. Or Jason Blum just didn't want to do anything new. Just in hopes that this would be scary. This film is not scary. It has the worst acting of the series. It has the worst storyline of the series. And it has the stupidest ending of the series. At one point, it becomes so absurd to keep this huge 80s vintage video camera in your hand rather than try to, I don't know, put it fucking down and go save your daughter. There's this dumb line of dialogue when this mystical aunt says apparently heard of spirit photography. Like, oh yeah, these guys, like, the guys in this movie are even more obnoxious than literally anyone else in this series. This was probably the director and his brother in this one were some of the most annoying, rude characters in this series. Like, they say such immature dialogue at one point when they're observing the tapes from the third film, the footage from the third one, and when they're like observing the attempted sex tape. They think that's all cool, like, and they're like all upset when the lady stops appearing. They think the mom is so hot and stuff. Like, Kate Christie's mom is so attractive. It's like, oh my god, like, these guys annoy the shit out of me. I was rooting for these two to die. Yeah, like, seriously. And like, there's just a stupid plot point that gets explained anyway with the spirit photography. Apparently, yes, they need to tie this into other movies, but it was horribly handled at best. This movie seems to care about is being about jump scares and nothing else. Yeah, you will see the activity. They promise you that. You're gonna finally see all the activity. No, you don't. There's, more activity in my ass. You see the same as all the other movies. Slams, boom, gotcha, scares. Those are not scary. Or drop this and slam it on the ground. Yeah, that's not scary either. Why is it that the directors and producers of this feel the need to constantly ruin movies with such shitty CGI of monsters? They can't even try to be practical at all. You have like a $10 million budget, and this doesn't feel like $10 million. If you're $10 million, don't you think maybe if you're $10 million, maybe try putting in more effort and making the creatures look real? How about that? Like, hell, guess what? Oh no, I'll get the sequel out too. Alright. Found footage films. Okay, this movie and this movie. These two are found footage films, They're like smaller budgets than this, 2 million and 5 million. Guess what? The monsters in these two movies look more realistic. Okay? They actually look like real monsters, right? They look better designed. They're not a bunch of shit CGI. They're not a bunch of gross ass 3D CGI. These actually look like real zombies. Like, the directors of these two films did great with those films. Very impressive. What else can I think of found footage? Oh yeah, here it is. Oh god, oh no. Yeah, okay. This is found footage. This is $25 million. And the creatures, even the parasite monsters and the monster itself look better designed in this too. Right there. Hell. No, I can't get it. I can't find it. But Grave Encounters is a found footage movie, and the creatures look real in that as well. Okay. This is a bad found footage film, but I'm gonna admit this. The succubus lady from this movie looks more realistic. This movie is definitely the much better movie, the actually good one, and the creatures in this movie look realistic. Right there. The same can also go for these three. Right. Like even the creatures in the VHS films are better designed than any of the creatures in the Ghost Asshole dimension. Like, those are smaller budget, and those had better effects than this. Like, seriously, like, even some of the older horror films don't rely on CGI. Psycho, Frankenstein, or Jaws. They're all better effects. Alien is also better effects. Predator is better effects. A lot of old slasher films are better effects than this. Even Jason Goes to Hell, I'll take the effects in Jason Goes to Hell over the CGI in this. The promise of like something you've never seen, which is promised in the trailers. I would have thought that the film would finally get a new concept again, and finally reveal how terrifying the activities would have been if you could actually see them in front of your face. You don't see anything. There is no activity in this film, like, at all. The activity you do see is a bunch of black fart dust floating in the air, because that's supposed to be scary, and a wall opening that looks like the bedroom's butthole or something like that. That's scary. Yeah, that's so scary. It's just the same ideas as every other one of these fucking films. Just a bunch of added expeditions or added explanations from the third one, and how these two girls got possessed. And you don't see any activity at all. Like, how the hell do we even start the movie? We start off the film with right where the third one left off. You might as well just call this a redone ending, because this feels so reshot. Right here. Where after Dennis, the dad from the third one, is killed, Kate and Christy go upstairs with the grandma, and it turns out she was taken into a room with this man who was never mentioned in the third one. Where the fuck was he at? Right here. Like, the man speaks to the girls about the Toby. I thought Christy came up with the imaginary friend Toby herself. Huh. So, they all knew Toby? Do these cult know Toby, apparently? I guess so. I think Jason Blum thinks we need to know that. And how they're so important to Toby's plan. Yeah, 4 people. Remember, 4 people wrote this. 3 people involved in the writing. And they literally take such a lazy, frustrating horror film with such bad CGI. All the story they didn't wrap up anything. They just cherry pick pieces from the third one and try to throw it into this movie. But it's lazily done, it makes no sense. Just still cheap jump scares, even worse than before. And when you know this is a horror that is struggling, you have to rely on jump scares to get you. There's too many shit jump scares and it becomes irritating. And this one has too many badly produced CGI here, like... There's even moments right here where I thought the Toby demon, because of the little black fart dust, was Venom. This big woolly blob literally Yeah, some of this black fart dust almost looked like the symbiote liquid of the character has. It feels, yeah, to a point where it could feel like a Venom crossover. You know what, actually? I'm surprised either Topher Grace or Topher Grace didn't just show up and just randomly go in the bedroom saying, my spider sense is tingling. If you know what I'm talking about. Become. Woo. Never, you can't become, but you can't kill. I was waiting for that. That was all that was missing. All that was missing was Topher Grace. All that was missing was for Topher Grace Venom to magically show up. That was all that was missing. The like this. Yeah, then again, this was a franchise that apparently created enough cult following to have fans within the industry give the first one so much money that it warranted so many sequels. It apparently could do justice to loose ends that people apparently seem interested in, and then solve mysteries and who knows what else. The Ghost Dimension solves nothing, just offers lazy, tasteless nonsense, and Ghost Camera that's forced to seem like an idea of a Looney Tunes episode. Like, seriously, and like the clever twists, like, all the twists are, there's a real camera in here, in this box. Hey, there's a bunch of tapes in this box. And let's watch them all. The past and future tapes of stuff that's never explained. That was not interesting. That was not fleshed out. Just bad actors who can't act and never react to the images real at all. That they see in the cameras that carry them 24/7 because they can't stop filming everything they see. And the cheap subgenre of found footage, like, this movie was proof that found footage was a done genre. Found footage just needed to stop happening and take a break. Like, hell, like, they don't explain why these people need to film all the time. It's not even, yeah, that some of it's not even found footage, but apparently real filmmaking, like, right here. Like, where you tell it goes from, like, it's starting off at the ending of the third one, to then transitioning to more stupid shit, and the climax of a green ghost made from more demon farts. It's not worth a so bad it's good film. It's a so bad it's unwatchable. But then we get to where the rest of the movie really takes place. It's set in Christmas 2013 this time. Oh, great. Paranormal Activity movie needs to be set on Christmas now. So it's like the Star Wars Christmas special, the Paranormal Activity version. And our new characters, pretty much the worst characters of this franchise. Ryan, his wife Emily, their 6-year-old daughter Layla, who I was not interested in the slightest. They're celebrating Christmas, and right after Mike moves in after breaking up with his girlfriend, so their friend Skylar is also with them, and notices that Layla's talking to this imaginary friend named Toby. Hey, I thought Christy came up with Toby. Apparently, how the hell did this girl find out about Toby, and how the hell did she make friends with this thing named Toby? Never explained. It's never explained at all. No. Mike finds the videotapes from the third one, from 1988 to 1992, and a bunch of large video cameras that show Christy and Katie with their mother Julie and her boyfriend Dennis in 1988, the third movie. There's others from 1992, and at Lois's house, and the two are practicing supernatural abilities with the mysterious man from the third one that was never shown. And then they're aware of the pair's presence through the videos, though, apparently. And then Ryan notices old cameras that pick up spiritual beings. And so this gets me an idea. Hey, let's record my house overnights. Great idea. Where could this go wrong? Alright, it always does. So he puts up cameras because he thinks that'd be a cool idea, and several paranormal events occur. Then Ryan and Emily discover that their house was built in the property Kay Christie used to live in before it burned down in 1992. Wow, how convenient. Great twist that is. And that's just the twist. The twist is just there so that the paranormal shit can happen. And I can remind you that these people are now connected to the franchise timeline. So apparently the Grub Katie sold the house to the family. But it got rebuilt. This house got rebuilt. How the hell would Grump Katie know about this? Or if she's possessed, how the hell would she be selling a house if she just killed her husband and killed 2 other people? Wouldn't she be on the run? Wouldn't she be wanted? Then again, she should have been wanted in the fourth one for kidnapping a baby. No, it's just not explained. She's just walking free and is able to sell a house that apparently got rebuilt. Yeah, and it was because that was built by the cult called the Midwives. Like, there's just nothing memorable here at all. There's nothing iconic, just generic and nappy scares, constant jump scares, forgettable shit actors, and 3D because everything needed to be 3D back when this movie came out. Like, in 3D, just not even used in any way whatsoever. The story makes no sense at all. Right here. And, like, Christopher Landon to come back to write this one. And why the hell would it take 2 years for 4 writers to write this shit? Is that necessary? No, it wasn't. And, like, the plot is just so poorly written. Of all the plots they picked to end off, finally stop doing this series, this is what they picked. There's this... Like, they don't carry this plot out well at all. For whatever reason, it's a good idea to put a bunch of wrinkles from stuff from earlier movies or show older tapes of the third one and cut into ritual sessions that were not even there in the first place, and the two sisters are being able to see into the newer house. Then it just stops. Like, the daughter sneezes. One of the girls in the tape goes, "Bless you," as if somehow they can see the future. Does this get explained? No, it doesn't. At all. It's just there to be there. And then it's like the writers forgot that they just put that in there. It's like, did we put this in there? Let's not just do it again. Let's just get this movie over with. So people can go watch it. And nobody will. Yeah, this has nothing to do with the plot. Just makes way for a cheap attempt at a scare. Like every other scare in the past films does. Nothing even gets explained now I think about it. Like, do you find out where Toby came from? No, you don't. What happened to Christy? And what happened to, like, Christy K? Where the ghost camera came from? Did those get explained? No, they don't. And all sorts of other points. Did those get explained? No, they don't. Producers just butcher old plots, expand on them more to justify the movie's existence. With the plot of this movie, apparently the worshippers need the blood of Hunter and the blood of Layla to make Toby into a person. Yeah, and so, like, yeah. But whatever, it's the last installment anyway, so who gives a fuck? Like, I'm surprised the producers don't know that just throwing in jump scares and creepy faces every 10 minutes don't make for a scary film. That's something they never wanted to learn at all. They thought it always worked with making these movies. Like here, all jump scares just create a sense of not wanting to be scared. That's all the film is filled with. Does not make for a good movie at all. The visual effects are also fucking gross to look at. Like the ghost just looks like a blob of crap. Out of, like, a bunch of demon crap. It doesn't look convincing. Just looks like the symbiote that Venom has. It's looked like they just added effects in right before it was launched to critics for review. Like, then again, this wasn't screened for critics. I wouldn't be surprised. Every special effect in the film is poorly done and rushed. And when Toby's in real form, you only see his bare legs. You don't see him at all. But he's in a night vision lens. All you see is just a man, probably butt-ass naked man with bare feet. That is sad. And they make Toby, like, just sound like gonna be some, like, creature with inhumane features. I would have thought that was gonna be what that would be. No. When you see Toby, it sucks. Because you don't see him. You actually don't see him. All you see are a pair of legs. The chief scarers are employed. Like, priests get bought to offer advice and assistance. And people just act like dumbasses to events and normal people. They don't really seem like they're losing their minds over any of this. The story gets dumber and dumber, like with stuff like other dimensions or ghost scene cameras. Just more stupid tactics employed in the franchise's openings, and just a lack of originality and effort because this was the last well, they knew this would probably be the last one, so they probably didn't give a fuck about originality anymore. They just were going to be done making these movies, so it wouldn't matter how it got done. Because they weren't going to do another one. But yeah, Ryan and Emily, they call a priest named Father Todd, and Leela attacks him. Then Ryan's researching the cult, and apparently, yeah, they found out they killed the family that's obviously Christine Daniel or something, related to a boy named Hunter, born on the same day as Layla. Literally, but they also show tapes of Hunter in 1992, but he wasn't born until 2005. So this makes no sense. How did this happen? Did Katie just go to the time travel place and just go there and go to 1992 or something like that? Huh. That never got touched up on. I wonder how that got touched up on. I don't know. And I thought he changed his name to Wyatt and lived with that family of 4 before they all died. Apparently, Layla's buds needed to finish Toby's transformation into a real being. And you know it's gonna work, because it's found footage. Then Layla opens a doorway to another world, which is into her bedroom window, which is in her bedroom, and it looks like a butthole. So, yeah. That's above the child's bed. I was surprised a fart noise didn't happen. It's right there. So Ryan and Emily decide to immediately flee with Layla to go to a hotel. When people act stupid in horror movies, it's expected. When people act dumb in a movie that's supposed to look like real footage, it just makes the directors and the writers look stupid. And because this film fucking sucks! Nothing explained. Majority of the film is just being reminded of other movies that a lot of people didn't like, or movies that were actually better, like The Exorcist, Poltergeist, Insidious. Better films than this crap. The 3D, you did not need to make this 3D. Shouldn't you learn that 3D horror films are not actually good? Shouldn't you learn that at this rate? If a 3D horror movie is not successful, stop making horror movies 3D. I thought these horror filmmakers would have realized that by the time this was released. Saw 3D didn't work. It certainly wasn't going to work with this. What Saw 3D did differently though is that, here's the thing, when the Saw franchise happened, that was, I guess, at least trying to tell a story with a narrative. They often would get worse each film, but those at least continue from that story. There. Endless Saw 3D ends with a more bittersweet ending, because at least Mark Hoffman is dead in the bathroom. So I guess in a way Jigsaw kind of gets left in the bathroom that he pretty much killed Adam in. So I guess it's kind of karmic that a Jigsaw character would end up in that very same bathroom next. Same fate they left Adam to die in. This, though, we're treated to no wrap-ups, no plan, no story, ghosts that look like globs of crap, and just stupid 3D for the sake of trying to be cool and trying to make more money. But people were starting to wise up to 3D when this came out, or were starting to wise up to found footage. And this Toby character is apparently so unbeatable. Just mockery of source materials, or if you're going to use religion for this, how about you set up rules? If demons can easily just kill a bunch of priests, with the flick of the wrist, then why would churches exist in this universe? If a demon could just kill anything around it by playing tricks on a family until it's so strong enough, seriously, this feels like a world with no rules and, no success at all. As soon as you start this movie, you know the family's gonna die as soon as they're introduced. Right there. Because the franchise always ends like that. The films always end like this. with evil winning. Right here. And none of these characters, like, not a single one, not even the little kid, were interesting. At all, to say the least. Like, it's no wonder they all get killed. Majority have no depth. All they do is scream, make dumb choices, ask stupid questions. Right there. But yeah, it's like 34 minutes long now. Let's just get on with this downer ending, how this all ends. Because yeah, you need to remember, people, it's a found footage horror movie. And we can never end a found footage horror movie happy. And we don't care if people get mad at us for doing that and want something new with these endings. Because we like ending everything like the Blair Witch Project. We need to repeat the Blair Witch Project. We just need to go even stupider and stupider this time around. That's exactly what they do here. The movie ends on a downer ending. So, Ryan and Emily go back to the house with their daughter. And so Father Todd, the priest, comes back, tries to cleanse the house, but he gets dragged away by Toby. And obviously he dies. Ryan traps the demon in a white sheet like he was told to do, finishes the prayer, and Layla returns to normal. Wow, so maybe this will end happy. They got the demon out of Layla. Maybe this will be happy triumph ending. No! You wanna know what? Nah, fuck happy endings. We always need to end with this shit. Because Skylar vomits blood! All over Mike. The blood burns him. And they're both dead. So, Layla runs up the fucking stairs, and the parents go after her, but Ryan is impaled by the fart demon that appears from the fart cloud, and then while running away with Emily, then Layla pretty much sprints into the butthole-looking portal, into her room, and Emily follows. And then pretty much the butthole portal takes her to the house from 1992, the house they first stay at before going to their grandma's, Christine Katie's original first house from 1992. And then she finds a young Katie with dark black eyes. And then she sees the human version of Toby. You don't see him at all. You don't see him. You just see a pair of naked legs. Walking up to the mom. She picks up the mom and says, "You got me." No. Actually, no. She finds her daughter with a bruise on her face to smile like, just with the most unrealistic looking smile yet. Like, "I'm okay, mommy. They just needed one drop of my blood." Like, "Where did they cut you, honey?" And then the naked demon human guy, Toby, corners the mom. And the mom's like, "No, please, you got me, you want, just please let me go." And picks her up, snaps her fucking neck, throws her to hit the camera. And then, of course, Layla finds Toby staring down at her. "Come on, Toby, let's go." And they walk off, pretty much trot away from the camera. And the camera goes, and the movie is over. Hey, guess what, guys? You want to know what? That's the end of the Paranormal Activity franchise. That's how this movie ends. Want to know how it happens? Toby got his human form. I guess you're supposed to be happy because him and Layla are friends and they're going to trot away and spend their life together. Toby now has a human form. Woo! Yay! Great fucking ending. No! Ha 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 ha! I'm being sarcastic with you. That's a shitty ending. Yeah, this is how this series damn ends. Good dies. Like every other found footage horror. No good way to end this series. At all. Nothing gets satisfyingly closed. No activity gets seen. Shit effects. And pretty much parents die, and so this little girl is now with Toby, and I guess that's happy because they're friends, but Toby's a demon, guys. You need to remember that. Toby is a demon. And I don't want to know what the fuck. And because he belongs to a cult of witches. Oh boy. I don't know what will probably happen to this little girl. They'll probably torture the shit out of her. Kill her ass. Ugh. Yeah, that could probably happen. I don't want to know that. No. Oh, God. It's dark thought thinking about that. I don't want to know what the fuck's probably going to happen to this girl off screen. Yep, that at the time was the end of the franchise. No ending at all. Same as always. Boo! Go give me my money back. But there is a catch, though. There is one good quality, I guess. Apparently, like, there was an alternate ending where The Exorcist still happens, except The Exorcist is actually successful. And then it gets to 4 months later where they go to a new house, and guess what? The dad sees the tapes back, and he destroys the fuck out of them, stomps on them, destroys them for good, so they'll never be seen again. Layla's playing outside. There's a confusing bit where she's joined hand in hand with Kate and Christy, and Layla's birthday party is being celebrated. Emily turns out to be pregnant with a new child. Layla blows out the candles on her cake. She wants a baby brother, but Emily states they don't know the sex of her baby yet, and that's where that ending ends. So, I don't care what people say about this ending. Why couldn't this actually just be the ending of the movie? Why couldn't this be the ending? Why could that not have been the case? If they used this ending, that probably would have been much more unique, refreshing, and probably would have been more interesting in my opinion. But of course, people would be bitching like, that's lame. No, the ending we got in the theatrical cut in theaters is lame. Or, but then it would be scary. What? None of these fucking movies are scary. None of them. None of these fucking scenes in this movie were fucking scary. None of this franchise is fucking scary. Give me a break. My God. Would have liked to see found footage doing more endings like that alternate one, not repeating Blair Witch all the time. This ending's much more creative. This ending's more original. This ending's actually kind of more refreshing. No. Apparently people thought a scarier ending where they all die would be better. It's just an ending that pisses you off. As much as people want to shit on Jason Goes to Hell, even that Jason Goes to Hell, guys, actually ends happy. Okay? The protagonists actually win in the end. It's not one of the best ones of the series, but it's a film I enjoy and have fun watching. Because, I'll admit, I hate the stupid bullshit with the worm, but I still have fun with the movie, because the characters are at least still good in that film. And I actually did like the dad character, and I did like the sergeant character too, okay? They were fun to watch. Those characters in Jason Goes to Hell are fun characters. Okay, I mean, oh yeah, Duke. The Duke was a fun character, right? He was actually cool. And I kind of wish he didn't die. Maybe the movie would have been better if he didn't die and stuff, and he was more the lead character. But still, even the dad character in that was actually cool in that one. And he actually succeeds in defeating Jason by literally almost willing to sacrifice his own life to go to hell with Jason to save his baby daughter. Okay? And it ends beautifully. They walked off into the sunrise. They can now raise their daughter in peace. And we know Freddy's glove comes out. But Jason still died. He went to hell. It's over at the time. He's finally gone. See? Even a not so well received Jason film actually ends with him dead. Even Jason Takes Manhattan even ends with Jason dead. Literally all the Friday 13th movies, yeah, he'll come back in the next one, but they all end with him dead. Nightmare on Elm Street, yeah, Freddy will come back in the next movies, but most of them all end with Freddy dead. Except for the first one or the second one. Everything else after that, Freddy dead, the end, next movie. Until next movie. Child's Play 1, 2, and 3, Bride Chucky, guess what, how those end? Chucky dead until the next movie. See? Even those older franchises actually kill off the villain until the next one. See, those actually end with triumph. These always end with none. And this just shows why found footage needed to die at the time. It was a tired tactic. It was not going to get better. It overstayed its welcome. And this and Blair Witch 2016 the next year solidified its death in the cinemas. And it sucks the 7th one even came out and Blum thought we wanted the 7th film. I didn't watch it because I was so done with this franchise, such how awful this movie was. It was a trash excuse for a movie and a finale. So I go on, and I could go on and on, but this is like 44 minutes long now, so let's just end this here. Ghost Dimension should be called the Ghost Asshole Dimension easily. In the end, guys, Ghost Dimension is so horseshit. You should never ever watch this movie at all because it's a shit finale, unless you want to be pissed off out of your mind. Anyways, guys, that's it for my epic rant on the Ghost Dimension. And for any how to rate the Ghost Dimension, here's how I'm easily and totally going to rate this movie. Because overall, guess what? Never watch this. I would just go get a stack of papers and pen and just want to write down how you think you would have ended this series if you're a diehard fan. Because trust me, you get nothing satisfying at all for this train wreck. It's known as the night found footage finally died when this movie came out. And for any regarding Paranormal Activity the Ghost Dimension, I'm going to give Paranormal Activity the Ghost Dimension a 1 out of fucking 10. Woo! Yes! We did it! We made it through the Paranormal Activity sequels! We finally are done with the series. Unless I eventually have to watch Next of Kin someday. I don't know. Whatever. It's over now. It's all done. It's all done. We made it. That was a chore, but we did it. We got through the movies now. It was fun ripping a new asshole into Ghost Dimension. I'll say that, but so tell me in the comments down below what you think of Ghost Dimension, and until then, that'll be it for this epic rant. Thank you all for watching. If you like this, want to see more, don't forget to like, subscribe to Don G. Corleone.